हाय फ्रेंड्स, शार्क टैंक सीजन 3 इंडिया इज़ नाउ कमिंग टू एन एंड। हमने इस पूरे सीरीज़ में बहुत सारे लर्निंग्स निकाले फ्रॉम द डिफरेंट पिचेस, फ्रॉम द प्रोडक्ट्स, फ्रॉम द वे शार्क्स हैव गिवन देयर इनपुट्स. Now this is our final episode which will cover 5 main startup pitches that we found very interesting in the last 2 weeks. The first is Aeroleap. Aeroleap ने क्या किया है, एक ऐसा प्रोडक्ट बनाया है जो आपके मल्टीपल इक्विपमेंट जिम को एक सिंगल इक्विपमेंट में रिड्यूस कर रहा है. वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग कॉन्टेक्स्ट कि हमारे घरों में उतनी स्पेस नहीं है बट वी ऑल वांट टू डू जिम एंड वी ऑल्सो डोंट वांट टू स्पेंड द टाइम एंड एफर्ट ऑफ गोइंग टू अ जिम. So let's reduce everything into one single device that I can keep at my home. Very interesting idea. But why are the sharks really interested in it and why did they invest? The reason is that the product is backed by a strong IP. So if you are trying to build something, see what is your IP. IP is intellectual property. आपके product में ऐसा क्या है जो सिर्फ आपका है? Because that is going to be your long-term strategy of remaining and succeeding in your business. So in their case, they have an IP, it's a patent, and there is a possibility of building a product ecosystem around it. What does it mean? कि वो भी एक product start कर रहे हैं, but it is possible that they can go into multiple products as they grow. And that is why sharks get very excited because their investment has a multiplication possibility. So the investment is not just based on the current model of their business, but what is the future potential. अगर एक team ने अभी patent technology बनाई है, इसका मतलब that team is capable. If they create one such technology, they can create more such technologies, and that is what gives the confidence to the sharks. So the key learning from this particular startup, Aeroleap, is identify on what is the specific technology, the IP that you are building in your business. Second startup is Bakabuki. The strategy that they are playing on is pricing. उन्होंने ऐसे shoes बनाए हैं जो normal shoes से थोड़े से कम है, maybe 30-40% cheaper than similar shoes that are available in the market. They're designed for the new generation who is price sensitive but who wants to experiment with new fashion. They got feedback on branding, they got feedback on they don't have a USP. A lot of that is actually true. One more thing that is interesting to learn from this particular pitch is that currently they're selling a lot of their stuff on online platforms like Amazon. Now, Sharks told that they should be creating an offline store where they can actually, the customers can actually have a feel of their product. I think that's a very important input क्योंकि हर business का एक अपना buyer का mood होता है कि वो इस तरह के mood में होता है when they purchase that particular item. And an Amazon kind of a mood is very different from let's say an Adidas kind of a mood. So you really have to find out कि आप जो अपना product बना रहे हैं, जहाँ पे भी बेच रहे हैं, उस platform पे, उस selling platform पे buyer का mood कैसा है. So that will help you identify whether an Amazon is the right thing for you or an offline store is the right thing for you or an Instagram kind of an ad is the right thing for you. The mood should be linked to the product. Bakabuki did not get any investment particularly because उनका एक long term USP नहीं नजर आ रहा था. Just based on pricing, we can't play for so long in brand creation. The third startup is Littlebox, a very inspiring couple from Assam who is into fast fashion. Now this is a product designed for Gen Z. Gen Z को सब कुछ fast चाहिए, right? Fast food, fast content in the form of OTT and social media and fast fashion. So whatever is the trend going on, quickly convert that into a fashion product and produce it and sell it to the consumer. But their main highlight is that how do they remain competitive in a business is by reducing overproduction. So what does it mean? They only produce a certain number of pieces. When they sell, when the demand rises, they produce more. So they have a kind of just-in-time production. This is a concept that is used by many companies to ensure financial robustness. कि हम उतना ही बनाएंगे जितना कंज्यूमर से डिमांड आ रहा है ताकि हमारा ओवर प्रोडक्शन ना हो. ओवर प्रोडक्शन होगा तो हमें वो इन्वेंट्री में रखना पड़ेगा, उसकी स्टोरेज कॉस्ट है और बहुत बार वो वेस्ट भी हो जाता है. बिकॉज दिस इज़ अ फास्ट फैशन ब्रांड जो उन्होंने पहले बनाया था, अगर वो नहीं बिका तो दोबारा बिकने के चांसेस भी बहुत कम है बिकॉज दे ऑलवेज आर सेलिंग ऑन द ट्रेंड. And to crack this just-in-time kind of a production is, I think, one of their USPs. हमने देखा कि सभी sharks interested थे इसमें एक stake लेने के लिए, and they were getting the value that they asked for, 75 crores. But then something crazy happened. They accepted a value which was much lower than what the sharks were initially offering. Why is that? Because the team, the Littlebox team, knows that value is more important than valuation. They accepted 30 crores while they were getting 75 crores of valuation. Because at 30 crores they were getting all the sharks together. What does it mean? It means कि उनकी आज जो business की value है, जो जिसमें सारे sharks जुड़ेंगे, potentially 3 years down the line, 5 years down the line, that means much more than अगर आज वो 75 करोड़ की valuation पे सिर्फ एक या दो sharks लेके आते. That kind of a long-term thinking is very important in building a business because your future value is more important than your current value. The fourth startup is Dharaksha. They are building a sustainable packaging kind of a business from parali. We all know, especially those who are living in Delhi and nearby regions, the problem of parali, especially during the winter times. And they've converted it into a sustainable packaging material. But what I really liked about this team is the way they were narrating a story. And this is what we can learn from this startup, that everything is a story. When we are selling our business, we have to convert it into a story. So he gave an example that he was playing football and then he started having some allergy on the skin because of air. So he said, मेरे ऊपर family pressure नहीं है, academic pressure नहीं है, but air pressure है. So if you have to really sell a business, you have to learn the art of storytelling, and I really admired that art of storytelling in this team. The fifth and last startup that we are covering in today's digest is iDream Career. Again, a startup which is trying to solve a social problem कि बहुत सारे बच्चों को, even young professionals को ये नहीं पता होता कि हमें किस करियर में आगे बढ़ना है, and they are providing that mentorship through a series of products. But what is interesting to learn from here is they used this hybrid model for their business. What does it mean is that their business uses a certain amount of donations from companies in the form of CSR and uses it to deliver career counseling modules for government schools. Now this kind of a model is used by several companies जहाँ पे हमें पता है कि हमारा जो real consumer है वो हमारे प्रोडक्ट को अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकता क्योंकि उसको पता नहीं है या फिर उसकी उतनी पेइंग कैपेसिटी नहीं है, बट दे नीड इट. On the other hand, there are companies which want to support in solving that problem. There are donors who want to support in solving that problem. And that is why Ritesh and Aman joined together in offering that. And in fact, Ritesh topped up his offer by saying that if they work in his hometown in guiding students about career counseling, he will even waive off the interest of the loan that he is giving to iDream Career. So if you have a social problem to solve, this hybrid model of taking money from a donor and using it to deliver a product to a consumer is a very interesting idea, an interesting approach to explore. So the top learnings from this digest episode are that first, you have a technology, an IP, a patent. That technology will ensure that you are successful in the business, not just today, but in the future. Second is, you can't just keep playing on pricing. You have to really do something which others cannot do. जो हमने बाका बुकी के एग्जांपल से देखा कि सिर्फ प्राइसिंग के ऊपर हम अपना बिजनेस को बहुत बड़ा और सस्टेनेबल नहीं बना सकते. थर्ड इज लिटिल बॉक्स, जिससे हमने ये सीखा कि जस्ट इन टाइम प्रोडक्शन से हमारा किस तरह से बिजनेस में एफिशिएंसी आ सकती है और जेन जी को जो चाहिए वो उनको दे सकते हैं. फोर्थ इज द आर्ट ऑफ स्टोरी टेलिंग दैट वी लर्न फ्रॉम धारक्षा, एंड फिफ्थ इज द concept of a hybrid business model that we learned from iDream Career. With this, we come to an end of the series of digests that we made on Shark Tank India Season 3. We'll continue creating content to inspire more and more people to make things happen.